wanted to talk about, right? This one is probably the most upsetting to me. So again, past few weeks, we've been speaking a lot about the injustices that have been happening to our babies. Like last week, I reported on a story where a cop just opened fire on a car full of black babies that were 16 and under, right? And that was some fucked up shit. And again, I'm going to continue to bring awareness to how we treated as people, y'all. I don't care how many different stories come out or how long it take. We all need to be aware of where we at in this country. And I think until 40 million black people realize we at war, that realize we need to be on code with each other, that realize all we got is us. Until we get there, I'm not going to stop. You feel me? And maybe that's a lofty goal, but I love my people. And I understand what we've been through in this country, right? I have a keen understanding of what we've been through in this country, but we got a long way to go. But a lot of us got to wake the fuck up. A lot of us got to realize that we at war. That don't mean you got to pack a damn gun and go outside and start marching around. You ain't got to go there. But at the end of the day, you got to be aware of what's going on with our people. You got to be aware of how we're viewed by people outside of our community. You know what I mean? And I don't mean to come at white folks specifically, but y'all got a lot of explaining to do. I don't couple all white folks together. If I meet somebody white that seems to be like a fair person, I can separate you from the injustices that I see your people doing. But at the end of the day, I'm not gonna section you out like that. Y'all all together to a degree. You know what I mean? Just how y'all all put us together when some shit happened, it's all black folks. I have the ability to discern who's who, but at the end of the day, as a culture, y'all got some goddamn, y'all got some changes y'all need to make. So y'all need to be talking, if you are a fair white person, you need to be talking to your other white comrades and motherfuckers you see doing injustices to us or fuck shit to us on a normal basis, and you got to speak up too. Because if you are a fair-minded white person in your environments, you're in environments where you know there's injustices happening or we're being spoke about in a particular way and you don't come to our defense, you just as bad as the ones we don't like. You feel me? So keep that in mind. Now, this story happened in Ronkonkoma, New York. Ronkonkoma, New York. I never knew it was such a place. You feel me? Ronkonkoma, New York. A white lady named Shannon Palmer, right? She was driving down the street and she viciously hit, this was a hit and run, family. She viciously hit a 9-year-old boy named Troy Russell and a 12-year-old boy named Toriano Jamison. Now, the reason why this is a big story, because again, if this was a white lady that hit these babies and then pulled over apologetically with empathy and called the cops to get this fixed, I mean, that type of shit happens. You're not looking, you on the phone. Like, we all have been there where we're not paying as much attention as we should while we driving, right? So I'll give her that. But the mere fact that she sped off, like this was a hit and run, the fact that she hit these young babies, these is a 9-year-old and a 12-year-old. Now, granted, now, check it out, right? The 9-year-old, he has 3 broken ribs, a broken elbow, a broken left thumb, a broken left Achilles. His right leg is completely broken in half. This kid almost died. You feel me? And this white bitch just drove off. So y'all tell me what the fuck this was. You see what I'm saying? Because I'm all about giving people the benefit of the doubt. Even though we've been treated the way we've been treated in this country, it's still in me to give people the benefit of the doubt. That's just how my personality is. You right? You feel me? But when I get to seeing the same type of shit over and over again, I'm like, nah, this is a pattern, family. Now, this white woman hits these babies and just pulls off, right? So how can you how can any adult in their right state of mind see yourself harm 2 young children like this and just pull off if you're compassionate? If you care about the lives of those 2 little kids, right? Now, the 12-year-old, he's suffering from abdominal gashes in his head. He has a hip fracture, and he might not be able to walk again because of the damages in his lungs. Because of the damages of his lungs and his kidneys, right? So look, family, again, I come on here week to week and I try to tell people we're at war. Not to scare you, not to make it seem like as soon as you walk outside, it's going to be a white militia that's going to kill your ass. The war that we talking about, family, is a little more covert. The war that we talking about happens in instances like this, where you have a white woman mauled down because for them to have that extent of those injuries, she was trying to kill him, family. So explain to me what the fuck happened. This was a mistake? So that was just an accident? You gonna hit two? This ain't a goddamn dog or an animal. You gonna hit these two babies and pull off? That was intentional. That was intentional. See? So now we're right back to the same place where we have a percentage of white Americans who are extremely racist towards us, who don't even see us as humans. Back in the day when they saw us as 3/4 of a human, I think a lot of the policies, that's why I'm so big on history. I think a lot of the policies and procedures that have always ran this country are still in play today. And there's a lot of people outside of our community who don't mean us no good. And if you're a black child, they're not looking at you like a child, family. They're looking at you like a goddamn grown person. You feel me? So in this situation, she's been released. I'm not sure if she's actually going to get charged for it. You know how they do, but we need to be aware. Now, I don't know what these babies could have done differently. They were on a play date with each other. They decided, because of the quarantine and everything, they decided they wanted to see each other. They're on a play date with each other, and this is how they end up. So we need to be justice advocates. That's why I call myself a justice advocate. We need justice. This lady, after almost killing her, she needs to be in jail. She needs to be in jail. And this is the thing, family, if we not going put shit in our own hands and decide that we gonna bring justice to whoever we need to bring justice to, if we not gonna create our own militia and do some shit like that, then we need to rely on the system that we've employed. We need to rely on the politicians that we pay. You see what I'm saying? So all my family in New York, y'all need to do something. Y'all need to do something. Now the family of these babies are outraged, and they doing what they gotta do to move the case forward so she could possibly get punished. But everybody in New York need to do something. You know what I mean? I'm absolutely sick and tired of these situations continually happening to us, time and time again, right? But the biggest thing we can't do is forget about it. The biggest thing we can't do is quit talking about it. We need to bring awareness to this shit. So my family in New York, let's stand up. If there's some letters we gotta write, if they're now the marching and the protesting, like I continue to say on here, I'm not a big proponent of the marching and the protesting, because I think protesting and marching is to bring awareness to something. Everybody know we get fucked up. Everybody know how the police treat us. I don't know if that's going to be the thing we need to bring awareness to something. We need to contact the prosecutors in this area, the DA, whoever we need to contact that's in law, even though they all working together. You see what I'm saying? So sometimes it's like a losing battle, but we have to do something if we're not going to take it into our own hands and create our own militia. So let's all pray for these babies, man. Let's pray that they're able to walk again. Let's pray that they're able to come out of this better than they were before. Let's pray that they're not too traumatized by this incident. And you're damn right, the state of New York need to pay their families. You're goddamn right, the state of New York need to pay their families, but we need to put pressure on the prosecutors in that area, put pressure on the law officials in that area. This white woman needs to go to jail for a long time. Family, if we're gonna look to this system to help us, to me it's easy. Once they severely punish one of these motherfuckers, then this shit can be over. Then this shit can be over, because we laugh at the whole Karen phenomenon, but that's been in our culture, family. Emmett Till dealt with a Karen. In a not so direct way, he dealt with a Karen. You know how many race riots was started because a white woman said we did some shit to her that we didn't do? You see what I'm saying? So sometimes we bang on white men for the shit they put in play politically and for the shit they've done to us, lynchings and all of the injustices that have been at their hands. But family, white women, they not clean. They not to be excused neither. You see what I'm saying? We report on stories about black or white men who have treated a teenager like he's a grown man, or treated a young black person in an incorrect manner. White women do the same shit. We gotta call their whole culture to the goddamn table. You see what I'm saying? So fuck that shit. Well, you know what I'm saying? Black people can't be racist, but I don't see myself as a racist person or a real prejudiced person. I'm for justice, family. Wherever that comes from, I'm from justice. When it's our people fucking each other up, we need to do better there. If it's somebody outside of our community doing us something wrong, we need to do better there. You see what I'm saying? I'm for justice no matter who is doing the wrong shit. You feel me? So hopefully Shannon Palmer, that's her name, Shannon Palmer, they don't have a picture of her, which is some shit right there. When we do some shit, when it's some shit where we're culprit, our picture is up just like that. You feel me? Unless it's a young person. But for the most part, they always showing our shit. They making sure you see who we are. They made sure not to show her picture. I think that was purposely.